All right, let's get this thing started and set up and ready to go. How is everyone doing today? I welcome you. It is Wednesday, it's hump day, the first of the year, still in 2019. So welcome to 2019, should I say. And I'm just super excited that you are here, right? Because that means you have decided to take an active role in your business. You have decided to see what this whole online movement is about. And you wind up right here, just where I want you to be, in my audience. So I'm grateful. I'm honestly grateful that you're here. But let's go ahead and get to the talk, the conversation, and the method at hand, the power of the inbox, tips and tricks for successful email marketing. It's brought to you today by Constant Contact, which I am a certified solution provider for Constant Contact. Many of you know me, many of you don't, but I hope that you enjoy what I'm bringing to the table this new year, because this is something different. Usually I don't operate on this side of the spectrum. I'm usually very hands-on. Many of you know me as the brand advocate, the one who comes out and promotes a brand or a product in your business, and at your meetings. But I'd like to go ahead and address why I'm here. I'm here to present to you, as a certified Constant Contact solution provider, information about email marketing. I believe that every business is strong enough that they can carry themselves online and offline. If you have a brick and mortar business, it's great to operate on both ends of the spectrum. And I want to present this information to you today. What is email marketing? We have a lot of material to cover today. So we're going to be on this call for about at least an hour, maybe an hour and a half. So I want to give you a moment to go and get your paper, your pen, your coffee, and your water, so we can dive into this and get you started on your way to using the power to operate in people's inbox, your audience, okay? So let me give you we're going to just take about maybe 2 minutes, and let's get prepared. All right, so I know you have everything you need by now. Let's go ahead and dive into this webinar and start with the very basics of what is email marketing. And look, if you already know a lot of this material, just stand by, because maybe you'll see something that you haven't seen before, or you'll get an idea that you haven't thought of before. So what is email marketing? Email marketing is delivering professional email communications to an interested audience containing information the recipient finds valuable that looks great in any inbox. Now, let me reiterate on what these bold words mean for your email marketing. First of all, let's consider professionalism. The email should be professional, and your audience should be interested, and your content should be valuable, okay? So those things are really key in email marketing. And I know with brick and mortar businesses and often newbies, it's very hard to get to the point where you have time to produce such valuable content, and especially content that looks professional and is of interest to your audience. That takes time. It really does. But the good thing about doing email marketing is once you do it the first time, you usually don't have to change it often. Once you create your professional look, that's your professional look. Once you've created that interest from your audience, you have that interest. And once that content has been determined valuable, you've already built that foundation. So the hardest part is just really getting started. So what can it do for your business? Because you may already be thriving, right? You may already be having some success in your business. You may already have a great return on your investment. But what can incorporated email marketing do for your business? First of all, it's going to drive revenue and it's going to drive profits. It's not an operational method, it is a marketing method, because we want, of course, to increase our business. We want to build more revenue, and we definitely want to have more profit at our bottom line. Now, how do you do this? Every time I send out an email, you get a sale, or you're getting in front of an audience that is a potential sale. Now, that's not somebody walking through your physical door. This is someone that you're actually reaching out to online. We call this digital. We call this our digital world or our digital marketing. So this person is just giving you an idea. This Irene Schmuller, she's the founder of Cotton Clouds. And we're actually going to take a look at her website so we can kind of see how the flow of her business goes, okay? So she says every time she sends out an email, she gets a sale in like 15 minutes. Overall, up to 4 times as many sales with these newsletters that she sends out. And that's like $50 per order, or $50 to $100 per order. And this is what she sends out. She's sending out this newsletter. It's colorful. It's to the point. It's valuable, and it's very professional looking. So let's take a look at Miss Irene's Cotton Clouds website and see what she has going on. So you can see with the newsletter that she sends out, she has a clickable link. You're able to get right to her website. You're able to see her specials, her sales, her discounts, the kits. You're able to sign up for that newsletter. And then there's that beautiful pop-up that you see, which allows us to include our email address. And guess what? I'm going to do it just because this is such a very nice website. Very thought out. So I've put my email address in there, which shows you the value of email marketing, right? Because all she did is just send me an email to my inbox. And now I've wound up on her website, and now I'm actually about to subscribe to her newsletter. And I'm just going to, she gives me an opportunity or an option to sign up for multiple email lists, you guys. This gets into a little bit more of what we're going to talk about as far as segmentation. But I'm just going to sign up for her general interest email list because, hey, this is what I want to do. So you can see already how email marketing really affects our businesses when it comes to reaching out and driving that revenue. So already she's created a new audience member, a new potential sale. Here's another one. This is a realtor, create and increase awareness. Yeah, because I love realtors. I absolutely do. And I'm actually going to be working with 2 realtors directly this year. I want to help them build their business and bring their businesses online in a more creative way. So let's look at David Griffin today. He says that he sends out emails that are important reinforcement of his brand. He gets calls from people that he's never met all the time. They get the newsletter, or a friend of theirs gets the newsletter, and they know I'm the person to call. It really helps establish credibility up front. And this is what Brandon Stewart, he is a realtor of David Griffin and Company Realtors. And as you can see, this is his newsletter right here on the side. He has it segmented out, sectioned out, very professional, has a flow to it. You can see what he's bringing to the table, even over here. And we're going to go ahead and just take a look at his website, because this is a clickable link that's able to go into our email. And we click on it, and now we're on his website. And this is the power of email marketing. This is what happens when we start communicating with our audience. This is what happens when we want to bring our presence to their inboxes. We want to bring value and content. We want to just keep in touch. You know, this is the new things that's going on. I'm your guy for this particular industry. I'm your guy for this particular product. And it's just about communicating. It's about bringing value to your audience. I'm sorry, I got caught up in here. You know why? Because a couple of people I know is in the process of buying homes, and you know, it's very good when we can get the people and resources we need delivered right to our inboxes. So yay for him. All right, so that's what he says. These are testimonies. These are people that are talking about how email marketing is working for them. And as you can see, here's another one. Just as this is a spa. Because it doesn't matter what industry you're in, you can utilize these methods to bring your business online and build that creative audience that you need to produce sales, produce revenue, to build new audience members, to keep in contact with your current audience members. And this person, she operates a spa. And I guess we can go ahead, just in case there's a spa person on this website today, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at her website. But you can see this is her newsletter here. This is how it would actually appear in the person's email inbox, this newsletter, letting them know what's going on. And next month is February, which is the American Heart Month. So they're already ahead of the game by bringing in that heart awareness. Let's take a look at Alegria Spa. Again, we're ending up on a person's website. And here's her information. Cute website, right? She gives you options. You can join the club. Here's the spa, the relaxation, the salon. And if you know me, I'm looking for sales. There they are. Gift certificates, services. So you can see she's already delivering content to her people, already ahead of the game. You want to be that person. You need to harness the power of the inbox. And this is what we're going to talk about today, you guys. So, why email marketing? Why is it important to build an email list so that you can begin to market right to the inbox of your audience? Harnessing the power of the inbox. What does that mean? We're going to discuss that. Growing a healthy list, an email list, right? Individuals that have opted into the opportunity to receive content from you. How to create great content. Designing beautiful mobile-friendly templates that match your brand, right? Getting your email opened, because just because we're sending out content does not mean that people are opening up this content. So getting them to open your emails, tracking your results, putting it together. Let's look at why email marketing. What is the #1 app on smartphones today? Now, to be fair, you got to think about who you're going to ask this question to, because I'm sure if I ask my kids or, you know, some younger people this, it would not be email. However, for us older individuals, email is going to be more than half of what is open on mobile devices today, okay? More people own a cell phone than a toothbrush. Wow. People read their emails. 91% of people check their email daily. 88% regularly check emails on their phones. Let me make sure I'm recording here, you guys. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I just had to, because, recording these webinars. Let's get back to the email being more than half of what is open today. Oh no, we're all the way back. We're going to get it together. Okay. So according to Litmus, more people own a cell phone than a toothbrush. 91% of people check their email daily. 88% regularly check email on their smartphones. Email is reliable. Emails get delivered 90% of the time. Facebook posts reach just about 2% of the fans. So it's saying that you have a better shot of getting in front of your audience using email than you do by buying Facebook ads. Why email? Because it works everywhere. All right, that's a good thought. All right, so we know that we can be in any part of the country, anywhere in the city, on the beach, at the pool, in an office, in an elevator. You're going to receive the email. Email marketing has 3 times the conversion rate of social media. So that's something to think about when you're looking at your marketing, especially by us being in the beginning of January, the first quarter of the year. You still have that time to evaluate where you're going to put those marketing dollars, where you're going to allocate those marketing dollars, and how you're going to run those promos for whatever project that you're doing in 2019. Email marketing has 3 times the conversion rate. So use those numbers, you guys, when you're looking at your marketing budget. For every dollar spent on email marketing, there is a $44.25 average return on the investment. So that's great. I'm not going to break that down because I'm sure you have somebody on your team, and I would hope you have somebody on your team that is running your marketing and running those numbers and those test searches. And if you don't have nobody on your team, I'm going to show you at the end of this video how to get someone on your team or how to connect with me to get that done. First impressions. Now, you guys have known the age-old saying. Many people have said this. First impression is the best impression, not only with you yourself as the individual, but, of course, your email. Your first impressions matter. Should your first impression be this or this? Great comparison. I talk about this all the time. You get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. That's going to be in your marketing. If you're not going to shortchange yourself on your product and you are putting quality product out there, you're ensuring you're putting a quality service out there, then why wouldn't you put quality marketing out there? Why wouldn't you position your brand to be marketed right? Okay, so this or this, this or this. Anyway, all right, yeah, so look, this is a comparison. This is a basic email on the left, and this is what incorporating email marketing would look like on your right. Now, for me, both of them works, okay, because, corporate people are not as big on the particular look. As long as it's a professional and it's very direct, they are okay with that. So I want to encourage individuals that are very corporate or conservative. The one on the left is very effective. In working with Constant Contact, we can only enhance that without taking away the professionalism in that direct moment for that. But on the right, sometimes we have those occasions where we need to send out those special emails, throughout the year, holidays, birthdays, those times when we want to celebrate what's going on in our corporate business. Now, that's just something for the conservative, those individuals that maybe have a little bit higher budget or a little bit more conservative audience, where the email marketing doesn't need to be as visible or creative, all the time. But like I said, it's for everyone. Generally, anyone can do this. This email, if you're selling a product, is probably not going to be as effective as the other one. But this one, it serves its purposes and occasions. But if you're trying to sell a product, this is going to be limited on how it's sent. It has no formatting control. It's going to be susceptible to filters, no cohesive branding, potential spam complaints, and no tracking or reporting. So this is going to be kind of the inner type of communications I would think that a company would want to send, because this is not going to be something that you would be able to track and measure for your marketing results if you were incorporating this type of email in your marketing plan. So that is what this is saying. It doesn't work if you want to use its measurements and its outcomes to determine the success of your launch or your promo for your email marketing campaigns. This works because it looks great and it automatically provides you with a brand identity when you can start getting your audience used to your look, your colors, and your messages. It also helps you manage your subscriptions because you're giving your audience the opportunity to subscribe or click on certain aspects of these emails here on your left. It ensures your email is delivered. You're able to track the results, and you're also obeying the law because it's not spam. Harnessing the power of the inbox, growing a healthy list. Growing your list is all about how and where you ask. And yes, you have to. There are spam laws. There are laws that protect your audience from spam. So how to ask, the importance of permission, because again, this is the power of the inbox. Just because you want to send something to someone's inbox does not necessarily mean it should go or that they want to see it. No one is okay with interruption marketing. I don't care what they say. No one is okay with just sending out random emails without permission. So you definitely want to express consent. You want to get that consent. You want to show your audience, look, I don't want to push myself on you, but I know or I feel like I have some value that, that would be of value to you. Would you like to receive this information to your inbox? So you want to get or express consent. Be straightforward. Let them know this is what I'm doing, okay? Be straightforward about what you're offering. Be straightforward about what you want. No one likes a con artist. No one likes a scammer. No one likes to be feeling like they're going to be sold up on all the time. You have to be straightforward and tell them what you're bringing to the table and how they can benefit off of it, And then also offer an opt-out. You definitely want to encourage or give them the opportunity to say, you know what, this is not for me. I want out. Respect your audience's privacy. How important is that? Please, who wants to be involved in an email list that is sold and tossed around, to other people to sell on? No one likes that. So that's what that is, and that is actually against the law, to sell people's information or to give out information that they have only said they wanted you to have. So you want to respect your audience's privacy, and you also want to be legally compliant. So again, this is all a part of being a part of constant contact, because we do ensure that our users are being legally compliant when they start sending out these emails. So where can you ask? Where to ask? Where do you put out the opportunity for your audience to get in your email funnel? You ask them everywhere online. Social media. On your website, you have a joint email list opportunity where they can, and you saw me do that at the beginning of the webinar, where they have the opportunity to register. You saw me do that personally. And then you get a welcome. So once you sign in, or once that person would sign into your email list, they would get a welcome. You would have that opportunity to be straightforward and tell them what you're bringing to the table, what you're offering. Where to ask everywhere else. Let's look at some other places you can get that information, your emails, your audience's emails. Events, QR codes, so you can have them scan. Sidewalk signs, unchecked box, like you could have a sign-up sheet. fishbowl where you put the card. They put their cards in, you know, at an event. But really, just ask. That's the main thing. Get permission. Use text to join to collect contacts. So yes, you can do that using constant contact. You can have them text a certain keyword to a telephone number, and then they would automatically be added to your email address. Your email list. You can also use the QR codes to collect contacts with constant contact. Just by doing that, they would be able to scan and get entered into your email list as well. There you see that. And that's, again, the importance of harnessing the power of inbox. Actually positioning yourself to collect email addresses so that you can communicate with your audience. Don't forget, you got to give them a reason to join your list and let them know when they can expect content from you. Whether you're offering them ongoing education, VIP preference to your events, insider news, ebooks, or white paper, just communication. You're updating them on your service or products. You want to give them discounts. The number one reason for any unscribe is irrelevant content. So you want to let them know what they can expect from you so that they won't think that this doesn't apply to them if they receive something they didn't know about. Creating great content. And I am a big fan of content. I am a big fan. Content is king. Push it out there as much as you can. I'm one of those believers that believes in all news is good news. So if you can get the people talking about your content and what you're saying, that's promotion. That's effective marketing. Put your readers' interest ahead of your own. Focus on being relevant. Focus on talking about things that are people want to hear, or what's trending, what's the news, what are you bringing to the table. Again, it's beneficial because time is money and people do not have time to waste. So why should someone take time out of their busy day to read upon or see what you are talking about, right? So you want to be relevant. You want to know how much is enough. We don't want to bombard our audience with unnecessary content. Turn questions into content. Get your readers or your audience involved in what you're talking about. Ask them questions and make sure that your images have connectivity to you too. You want your images to be relevant too. This is a big one. And I think sometimes I struggle in this, but you want to write for your audience, not for you. You don't want them to think that you're talking to yourself. Because it gets boring. You're not really thinking about them. You're really talking to yourself. So you want to avoid that. Write for them and not you. And then it becomes redundant of you speaking this way, then it will get noted as spam because it's not being open. And then they won't even be seeing what you're sending anymore. It'll go straight to spam. Write for your audience, not you. So this is a newsletter sent out for a pet grooming company. Less is more. 20 lines of text or less. So look, you don't even have to be the greatest writer, the greatest spokesperson. You really can just focus on finding 20 lines. I think that's 5 sentences maybe, and focus it on that text and not more. You don't need to drown your audience out with words. Like, some words are okay, but most people want or can tell a picture, a story, just by looking at a picture. 3 pictures or less. 3 pictures or less. So I'm just giving you an idea of what the format should look like with your email, and then we're going to talk about clicks per link. Fewer links, more clicks. So the fewer links you put in your content, the more clicks you're going to get to your content. Turn questions. How do I ensure my pipes won't burst this winter? Can I deduct the mileage I drive for volunteering? How do I get more people to attend my event? So these are ways you can turn your content into questions. You see what I'm saying? So here's questions that your audience may have asked you, or questions that you may have heard, and then it's giving you a flip method for you to turn it into content. So how do I ensure my pipes won't burst this winter? Turns into 5 ways to protect your pipes this winter. Can I deduct the mileage I drive for volunteering? Then turns into your top 3 mileage deduction questions. So these are ways that you can take questions that you've received from your audience, you received from your customers, and turn it into content to provide on your website or in the newsletter or in your blog. And I was just saying the same thing, that images tell stories. Images are content too. 90% of information processed by the brain is by visual content. Working with photos. So you might want to write this down. As you go ahead and start communicating or using your email service to communicate with your audience, you want to use photos that are the right size. Avoid copyright issues, so you want to make sure that you have free stock photos, or you're using your own photos, or you've purchased some type of stock image membership. And so these can be found on Bigstock, which is bigstockphoto.com. Communicate through content. Make your images clickable. So when you're sending out these newsletters and you're using your images, you can actually add a link so that when someone clicks on that image, so when someone clicks on that image, come on now. When someone clicks on that image, they will be sent. You can send them to a link that you choose. Keep the key action above the scroll and limit the choices. Designing a beautiful mobile-friendly template that matches your brand. Okay, now I won't get into a lot of this because this is just not the webinar for this, but branding is very important. You want your look to be consistent across the board. So if you have print, letterhead, emails, or excuse me, not emails, but envelopes, you want that same color, logo, banner to flow into your templates that you use for your emails as well, whether that's a newsletter or an offer or even this join button and sign up page. All of those things should match. All of those things should be consistent with your brand. You want to look great. You want to be recognized. And this is an idea. So here's a person's website. And this is what the mobile site looks like as well. And you would just take that same color, and you would also want to bring that into your newsletters to send out to your email audience, your list. You want to optimize for mobile. You want to ensure, Kim, I'm having to put my phone on mute so I can tell you I can hear you. You hurry up. You want to ensure consistent branding, optimize for mobile. Excuse me, I had to take a drink of water. You want to be recognizable. What was I just getting ready to say? Everywhere, right? And I was just talking about that. You want to be consistent across the board, whether that's your emails, your website, how you look on your on mobile phones. You want to use the similar images. You want to use the same language, the same colors. You want to be consistent across the board, and that's what that's showing you here. because you become more recognizable. Why am I getting that word off today? You want to become more recognizable when you use the same consistent look, color, brands, and pictures across the board. That's the same with the newsletters. It helps you stay on the top of everyone's minds. You want to send news or updates and inform and educate, but you want to keep that brand, that look, that color, same across the board. Even on your announcements, how you share your new products, when you invite people to a special event, when you're asking for feedback. And the same thing with your promotions. When you're providing exclusive content, offers, and coupons, you want to keep that same consistent look. Then I want to give you simple recipes for success on email marketing and the power of the inbox. Using a single column template like you see here, you want to use fewer than 3 images. And again, fewer than 20 lines of text. No more than 3 to 5 links. So I can point out to you where 3 of the links, or maybe 4 of the links is in this particular newsletter. She most likely has a link tied to the main picture. So when someone clicks that picture, they're going to be sent to a website. She probably has the Half Moon Yoga Studio linked to a particular page on her website. And then at the bottom where it says sign up today, that is probably a link as well. And you want to keep the action above the scroll line. All right, let's move on to getting your emails opened. Give them 4 reasons to pay attention. We want to give you 4 reasons to get your emails opened without getting sent to spam, without getting rejected, without getting an unsubscribe for your audience. First of all, you want to be recognized, right? So you would have already gotten permission beforehand, and they would recognize you coming through their emails. You want to have a compelling subject. Why should I open this email? What's your subject? What are you talking about today? Is it personalized? You know, are you saying, hey, girl, I got something new for you today? Or are you saying, Maisha, open up, and then, you know, that powerful, compelling subject. Good timing. You want to know when's the best time to send your emails, you guys. When's the best time? That comes with knowing your audience. That comes with understanding marketing and trends. And of course, you also want to have easy social options. Who sent it? How do people know you best? How do these people know you? Make your from name and from email recognizable. They should be consistent across the board. More than 1/3 of people open an email based on subject line. And I just look at this picture, and when I look at this picture, I think about the marketplace and online and how we're constantly bombarded with information. We're constantly bombarded with information. And when I look at this photo, I think about inviting people to my table and why they should be at my table, you know. And so it's so important, excuse me. It's so important in understanding how to filter through individuals and information, because it's just a lot. So I can understand why more than 1/3 of people open an email based on the subject line. We want to know, what do you want off top? I was just talking to my daughter this morning about this very thing. Like, she literally does not open her emails, and I don't get it. You know, I don't get it, but it's all about the subject line. I'm sure if she scanned through her emails and looked at that subject line and it was beneficial to her, she probably would not have a problem opening that email. So it's all about knowing your audience and knowing your content. Is it even worth reading? Identify your purpose. Be clear. Be clever. Acro yoga at 11,000 feet. You in? Acro yoga at 11,000 feet. You in, right? Oh my God. Now that's a great subject line. And I'll tell you why. Now for me, it probably wouldn't get a response. But my son was just saying the other day, no lie, I kid you not, that this man said that he wanted to jump off of the, so I guess it's the, I forgot what it's called, but he wants to jump out of the plane where you kind of like skydive. I guess that's what it's called, skydive. So immediately looking at this, I would think he'd be all for it. 11,000 feet, you in? Me, I deny you, but of course you would know your audience and you would know what they were expecting, and that subject line would be amazing to someone that you talked to or that you had got permission from to send that email. Size matters. Keep it short. I guess it's the one time that short is really going to win in the area of communication. Size matters. Keep it short. 30 to 40 characters max. This is when it comes to your subject. And 6 to 10 words max. And you definitely want to have some type of pre-header text. You want to entice them with your pre-header text and your customized message. The pre-header text here is aspire to higher ground. Join us for this monumental experience. Details below. That's your pre-header text. That's enticing. Aspire to higher ground. Join us for this monumental experience. And you know what? That is exactly the point of email marketing. Getting in the email, in the inbox of someone who you want to aspire to higher ground. You've already established that this person wants to do something monumental. You've already established that, and here you are offering that to them. And as I said, I was just speaking to my own son, and he was saying that this is something that he wanted to do. And imagine if that person connected with my son, or people that thought like my son. That would be effective email marketing. So here you can see how the email would actually appear in the inbox. It's already enticing. This is 10,000 feet, you in. This is a challenge. This is definitely giving someone a monumental opportunity to aspire to higher ground. It's so connective here when you look at what this person just did with their email. They used a pre-header text that enticed the audience. They used a customized text that basically pumped up the pre-header text, aspire to higher ground, 10,000 feet. It makes sense. This is the type of content or information that you want to set out to provide when you're building your email marketing. You want to be consistent. You want to choose your words carefully. Act now. These are action words. Act now, win, refund, fast, click, free, home, cash, traffic, now. These are all words that are actually an action behind it. They have action behind it. Timing is everything. Understanding when to send out content is important, and how often. Keep the promises you made. Coordinate timing across channels and determine when it's urgent. Keep the promises you made. There's nothing like fulfilling your word to your audience. That is how you build loyalty. I constantly say that all the time. These are the things that set people apart. These are the things that bring success to a person. When they can keep their word, when their audience knows that no matter what, this is my go-to person that has not let me down. Imagine building that type of relationship with your customer, where you begin to be that go-to person that has been the rock of their business. That's amazing. That's an amazing relationship to have. And that is something that we need to get back to as we grow our businesses in 2019, where we understand that our customers really do depend on us to keep our word. And then another thing that you want to consider is coordinating the timing across your channels, how you share your information. Just because you might share something in the morning on social media, on Facebook, doesn't mean it's something that you would share on LinkedIn at the same time. So coordinating and understanding when to send out this information across those channels, determining when it's urgent and when it's not, what day and time, the day of the week, time of the day, test, test, test. I'm so glad this is in here because it seems like all of us are on the same page as the importance of market testing and understanding that you don't just put something out there because you have the desire to, but testing it and seeing if it works. If it works, then guess what? You continue with that method. But just because something is easy to do or we can do it does not mean we should. We want to test the timing, see if it's right. If Wednesdays are more favorable for your audience, guess what? Wednesday becomes the day that you favor for your communications, because we do want to satisfy our customers. We do want to get in their inbox, and it is all about them at the end of the day. So let's look at some times that are best to send emails according to industries, okay? This is well thought out information, so you might want to go ahead and grab your pen, grab a piece of paper, and write this down. Restaurants are more favorable to open emails on Mondays at 7 a.m. That is the beginning of the work week. Those individuals understand that they have that whole week that they have to plan for, and they're ready to attack that week very strong. So getting in their inbox early on a Monday morning is more favorable for restaurants if you have a product or service that favors to that industry. And then it gives you some more ideas. Accountants are looking at Tuesdays at 6 as being more favorable to open emails. Hotels are more favorable on Wednesdays. Religious organizations are more favorable on Thursdays. And that kind of makes sense with religious organizations because, you know, Wednesdays most likely are Bible study, so they don't have the time to open them up then. And then Monday, they're probably planning for Bible studies on Wednesday. Thursday becomes the time they can kind of breathe a little bit before they get into Saturday and Sunday services. So these things make sense. They've been tested and approved, okay? So you can kind of bank on this right here. If you have a service or if you have a product that favors to any of these industries, you can go ahead and write this down to know that this is the most favorable time for them to open up their email. Emails with social media buttons increase click-through rates by 158%. Yeah. So just imagine if a person receives something in their email and then they have the opportunity to share it with their network. That would be amazing in sharing your stuff just by getting to one person. Now you've created some valuable content that a person would like to share with their network. And then that opens up the door for you to get more people in your email list. So you want to offer that, and that's what Constant Contact also does for you. It gives you the opportunity to implement opportunities to continue growing your list. I mean, it's just all in-house. It's all just one part of email marketing that's done with one platform. So I love that. I love that. And I love those numbers too. Then let's talk about tracking your results. So we basically went through how to build this list. Okay, I've shown you some templates and some methods for you to create mobile-friendly templates that match your brand. We've talked about how to get your emails open, but how do you track to see your results and see what has happened when you start using the power of the inbox? Let's use metrics. We're not going to guess. We're not going to say, girl, I know so-and-so opened up my email. I know 20 people. Let's use real numbers, okay? You want to know that these metrics matter. They matter to your marketing budget. They matter to your team. They want to see real numbers. And then they're going to use this data to make decisions. This is how you determine what is working in the market for your brand. We're going to look at the click-through. So here's an idea right here, okay? We're looking at 98 unique opens at a 30% open rate with 48% average. And then it even gives you an opportunity to compare this against your industry. So if you're really hard on numbers and you really want to really understand the value of metrics, this platform is going to be very valuable to you. You're going to get to measure and see what is working, to see what time of the day. This is going to help you determine the best time of the day to send to your audience. This is going to help you determine their interest. You know what I mean? This is why you can use these numbers, because they're going to help you with being effective with your email marketing. Click-throughs. You're going to be able to see how many people clicked through your email. You know those links we talked about where those, we said include some links on the pictures. This is where you get to see if someone was interested in those particular things. It helps you measure the success. It helps you identify those engaged readers, individuals that are actually interested in seeing what you're providing. And that average is between 5 to 18%. You're not going to have 100% click-through rate on your emails. Everybody is busy, you know what I mean? But if you can see, okay, out of my whole email list, 18% of those individuals actually click through, then you can begin to categorize and segment those individuals into a more popular list that becomes the closings of your sales. But that's another webinar, that's another discussion for another day. But right now we're just looking at these metrics. You're able to also see those individuals that did not even open your emails. It'll give you the opportunity to test new methods. It'll give you the opportunity to also re-engage those audiences at a later time. This begins to build your marketing. This is when you get into the real nuts and bolts of marketing, when you're looking at these numbers. And most beginning startup businesses do not take this into factor. That is why the Small Business Administration will tell you that most businesses do not succeed past 5 years, because most small business startups do not consider the metrics of marketing. They waste the money because they did not take into consideration in what was working and what don't. So this is going to help you save money on not producing things that are not working. It's just going to give you the opportunity to really look at those metrics, look at those bounces, identify bad address. It's going to help you clean up your list. You know, a lot of people may have people that are change their email addresses that are no longer working for those companies. This is going to give you an opportunity to clean your list up. Making decisions based on low metrics, making decisions based on things that have not worked, those low opens. Yeah, you had a great product. You thought you may have had a great was going to have a great campaign. Turns out a lot of people generally did not even participate. They didn't open. They did not do any click-throughs. And then we want to look and see how we can use this information to make better decisions. Maybe it was because you were not recognizable. Maybe it was because of the subject line not being interesting. Or maybe you were sending those emails at the wrong time. Maybe those call to actions did not produce enough interest to get a click-through. Your email maybe was too long. So these are some things that help you measure on what you're doing when it comes to email marketing and Constant Contact provides. Let's look at how you can get high opens. Making decisions based on high metrics, those things that really worked. You were able to find the best time and day to get those emails open. You were able to best identify those keywords that created the interest to get the emails open. And you also segmented. We talked about that just previously. Remember, we talked about those individuals, usually between 5 to 18%, that will actually click through an email. Well, you're able to now segment those. You can determine those as even super fans because you know they're reading your material. They're clicking through. Your links have started to stand out, which creates the high click-through rate. Your offers to those links have now turned into preferred content. So your fans are engaging. And then you've segmented those super clickers, those fans that are really interested in clicking through. Now just imagine when you create a discount program or you want to offer some type of reward system to your clients or your customers, you're able to do that because you can see who's clicking through, and you're able to see who is engaging. So here you see it broke down actually. You get reports that actually can tell you what is working. How can you not consider this information into the success of your email marketing or your marketing period? Why would this not be a part of the process of your marketing for your brand? And if it is not, that's okay. That's why we're here today. You can see right now what's working. So you sent out those emails, what that open rate was, what the click-through rate was, what the bounce rate, and even what the unsubscribe rate was. So you're able to see the click rate. You click through. You're able to see we got 21 clicks, unique clicks. 21 people actually went through. That may not be a lot to some people, but that is a nice number to individuals that really, really, really engage and communicate and build loyalty with their audience. So this particular link shows you that is all those individuals' personal emails that clicked on that link. That's how far it breaks down to. So if you actually wanted to take these particular individual people and put them in their own separate email list, like for superfans, you could do that. See what it's doing. It's going to add them to the list. We're going to create them their own list. And let's go ahead and put this all together. What an ideal email looks like. So now that you've learned all of these steps, what does it look like? How does it happen? You have the subject line, where we're going to keep it short. 8 words, 35 characters, no more. Very short. So here it says, add yoga to your summer to-do list. It has the business name, so it has the from name, your business name. It has a pre-header text. Is your summer all work and no play? Do something for yourself this summer. Check out our new schedule below. Sounds fun. Make your logo clickable. We talked about that, so that you can get more hits to your website. When this happens, when you start looking into clickable links in your email, this gets into SEO and search engine optimization. So just basically directing people to and from your website, to and from your social networks, basically builds credibility online. Okay, so that's a different topic, but I just wanted to show you how incorporating these small little tips and these small tricks into your email marketing helps you build credibility online in those search engines like Google, like Yahoo, and so forth. Communication through images. Make them clickable. Communicate. That's a great image for a yoga class. You want to keep less than 3 images. Less is more. Focus on relevant content, about 20 lines of text. So this says summer is only a few weeks away. Check out our new class schedule and relax this summer with the yoga class that's right for you. Need more information on our classes? View videos on our website created by our instructors. You have a call to action. You have a description in there. And you also have them, you have given them the opportunity to hone into your straightforwardness. Check out our new class schedule. It doesn't have a whole bunch of bull. It doesn't sell you a whole bunch of games. She tells you exactly what she wants you to do. Check out my new class schedule, right? That's what we want. We want straightforwardness. Then you want to include a call to action right above that scroll line. And you want to minimize the number of links. Apply your brand colors. We talked about that brand consistency across the board. You also want to use those social media social media buttons. You want the option for them to be able to send it to others. Small business marketing is nurturing relationships, you guys. It's delivering on your promise. It's getting measurable results. You have an advantage, your connection to your customers. That is the most important thing that you can build in your business. Whether you're a startup or you're already established, is building the connection with your customers. That is what separates us. That is what is going to separate everyone in business moving forward, is the ability to connect with your customers. Just because you're offering a service or a product does not mean you're going to get that connection with your customer. Get your contact list together. Create and hit send. This is 3 simple steps that you can do to get started. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's start now. Take action and watch what happens. You really can do this. So today, I want to tell you that we're going to offer you a 60-day free constant contact trial. So you're going to get to have this platform that we just discussed. And let me show you what this does. You're going to have access to the whole platform. Let's see, yeah. So you're going to get a chance to experience for 60 days the full access, where we get to show you how to do the segments. We talked about that, where you can create super fan email lists, where these people have been identified as people that are engaging in your content, that are engaging with your plan, your product. So you're going to get access to that for 60 days free. No credit card is required. And I was trying to see if I could get you guys videos. Okay, so I didn't do that part, but no worries. And then so what you would do is just go ahead and click on, and you guys are going to receive this presentation in your email. So at the very last page, you're going to be able to go ahead and click on the links. To get started. Let me get there. I don't know what happened. So at this very last page, it's going to have the links. And here you can see. Oh no. Let me get it together here. All right, so here you're going to see the links. This link here is going to give you access to the free 60-day trial. For the 60-day trial, you'll be able to have go in, upload your email list. You'll go ahead and be able to build that email marketing campaign, start communicating with your customers and audience immediately. But if you are wanting to really get involved and you're wanting to access the training that I provide, then you're going to want to get linked now to get the discount where you can go ahead and purchase your own email plan and get solidified in the game. You know you don't want to test it out. You want to get in there. You want to get your feet wet, and you want to start building relevant content right now. So you do have that opportunity by clicking this link here. Now, my services are exclusive. Even though you're participating in purchasing the Constant Contact, doesn't necessarily mean that I will be working with you personally. Both of these opportunities are do-it-yourself, where you can go in and have the resources to build your email marketing plan online yourself. However, once you pay, and if you go ahead and take if you go ahead and take advantage of ordering your Email Plus or your email plan now, then you will get free access to all of my seminars and trainings like this one today. Okay. Now, with the 60-day free trial, you'll get some access, but it won't be all. However, Constant Contact does have a resource center for you guys to go ahead and learn hands-on, and you can always upgrade at a later time, purchase your email plan, an Email Plus or email plan to get free access to my seminars and trainings. And let's look at what the purchase would look like if that is something you decided to do today. So Constant Contact gives you two options. You have the basic email, and then you have the Email Plus. The basic email is everything you need to create professional emails that drive results for your business, but it does not include the event management, where you're able to incorporate your online events in that. But it does have a lot of the same things. It just does not give you the email automation. So you will not be able to automate your emails. It will not let you do the subject line A and B testing or offer coupon surveys or polls, okay? So that is the difference on that. And you can always come here to view the pricing. And you'll also get the link. But either way, you would have to sign up to start your free trial first of all, and then upgrade at a later time. So this information is available to you. You can always hit the reply button on your email, ask me any questions that you have. And I'm also located on Facebook, which is facebook.com/mguypresents. And I do want to thank you for attending today's webinar, you guys. I'm extremely shy. One day I'm going to come from behind this computer. We're going to have live events, and we're going to talk and be more engaged. But I just wanted to present this information to you. Now, it's free today. You guys know you will have access to this just by attending the conference. However, after today, it does go on my website. It will be available to you for $29.99.